If there's one person who deserves a ton of credit for sparking recent interest in UFOs that led to the hearings, it is our next guest. Investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who broke the David Grush story right here on News Nation about 2 months ago. Ross joins us live now. It's always good to see you, Ross. First of all, I know you've got sources in Congress. What are your sources saying about the possibility of another UFO hearing?
Yes, well, good evening, Brian. Look, they're concerned. At the moment, we've got great momentum with what's been achieved with the hearing. There's significant media interest, and it's refreshing and quite lovely to see the bipartisan approach being made by different politicians on both sides of the House. But what I'm hearing is that for a public hearing to take place, which is a very different proposition from the private hearings in secure or sensitive compartmented information facilities, SCIFs, that have been taking place for the last 2 years, in order for that kind of public hearing to take place, an inquisitorial hearing where people are subpoenaed, called before a public committee and asked to give evidence under oath, including, hopefully, first-hand witnesses from the legacy program, it really does require the Senate Intelligence Committee, and particularly Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, the senator from New York, to step up and heed growing public opinion on this issue. I'm pretty confident she's certainly motivated to do that, but I'm aware that there's a significant pushback going on at the moment from the Defence Department and sections of the intelligence community who, frankly, do not want the sterilising disinfectant of sunlight shone on some of the issues that we're talking about.
Yeah, tell me about this pushback, because it sounds like when you talk to Burchett or others, they say this is just the beginning, we're going to have more hearings. I mean, what are you hearing from your sources about the pushback? How does that work?
Well, Brian, as you'd know, David Grush has raised very serious allegations of possible criminality, certainly illegality, certainly misappropriation, if not fraudulent behaviour with government funds. The allegation is that essentially the wool has been pulled over the eye of Congress, that there have been lies told to oversight committees, that even potentially presidents have been misled. It really doesn't get much more serious than this. And that's why people like AOC, Tim Burchett, even Senator Marco Rubio are talking on both sides of the House about the importance of accountability, of restoring Congress's transparency and control and oversight over these programs, if they are real, to make sure that they fully comply with the congressional requirements. And the difficulty is there are people who are obviously responsible for this, who are presumably at very high positions in both the defence and intelligence community, and who also are very influential inside some of our biggest aerospace contractors. I've just had a conversation this morning with somebody who approached me on behalf of a witness, a potential witness from within the legacy program, somebody who purports to have direct knowledge of the very same program that David Grush is talking about. And they're asking my advice about how to approach. And frankly, one of the issues at the moment is that the Pentagon's UFO UAP Investigation Office, ARO, it's sending out a shocking signal. It doesn't have a phone number. It doesn't have an email address. It doesn't even have a website. And its Twitter page hasn't posted a tweet since the very first tweet it posted last year.
It's a really good point.
If this truly is an agency inside the Pentagon that's seriously interested in proactively investigating and hearing from witnesses, it's not sending that message out. And so I'm in the dilemma at the moment. Where do I send these poor people? And I'm encouraging them to consider going forward to either the Inspector General of the intelligence community or the Inspector General of the Defence Force, or to, frankly, just come forward to the Senate Intelligence Committee with the evidence they have. Because I have to say, not a lot of people have a lot of faith in the current body that the Pentagon has entrusted and that Congress has mandated to do these kind of investigations.
Yeah, and we know that that firsthand whistleblowers are coming forward. I mean, David Grush mentioned it in his testimony that there was someone else with firsthand knowledge of a crash retrieval program who did go to the Inspector General with a document with testimony of what they saw. So there is more to come. Ross, incredible reporting. Thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. We'll talk to you soon.
A real pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.